A new scathing watchdog report says the FBI severely mishandled the sexual abuse investigation into USA gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar. The report finds that senior FBI agents at the Indianapolis field office failed to respond to multiple allegations of sexual assault against Nassar, and they performed only a limited follow-up on those allegations and did not formally open an investigation or fully document the activities. Jessica Howard is a former rhythmic gymnast and one of Nassar's accusers. Jessica, it's great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
I can only imagine what went through your head and heart when you learned how badly the FBI in Indianapolis handled these first allegations.
You know, I had an inkling of what would be in the report just because I was on the board of directors. I know Steve, I know the way they work, and there was just there was too much going on between their communication to give you ease about the FBI's role. But after reading the report yesterday, and I'm saddened and I'm shocked because it's the FBI. Like, if you can't trust the FBI, like what stopped in all of those field offices with all of those people, them sending an email or picking up a phone and just saying, you know, this is going on and there are children in danger.
And doing the proper follow-up. It turns out that some of the accusers, the FBI agents didn't even call them. So they knew that there were multiple accusers and didn't, I don't know, make the time to expand the investigation to even talk to them. What does that tell you?
It tells us they don't care a smidge about us. As an elite athlete, I can definitely tell you it's your worth is your competitive results and what they can get from that. And, you know, I've had to deal with a lot of side effects from this entire saga, but there have been a few people that have stood behind us and really helped us move forward, and I know that they're going to be here now. And Senators Blumenthal and Moran, they were exceptional, and they believed us and made it seem like we weren't crazy, you know, because everybody else is trying to make it feel like you're the one who's crazy. And these men lie and lie and lie, not men, women too, lie all the way through in every part of this investigation.
I've heard you say that people don't realize how long the PTSD lasts.
No.
And for you, it's been years.
I mean, I was struggling pretty severely before this came out, just with the side effects of the psychological and physical abuse that was a part of my day-to-day training. But when the sexual abuse factor came into play, it's just like this dormant volcano exploded, and everything was so clear, so much in the forefront of my mind. And you can't stop that from happening and going through your mind, and you feel it in your body, and the side effects are just absolutely insane. And I don't think people fully realize that these aren't just things that happened in the past. And what's absolutely abhorrent to me is that people in the FBI knew that this was happening, and instead of doing their jobs, I mean, they call it a failure, but a failure seems like something that would happen in the office if your documents get, you know, mixed up or something, or you don't get the right approval for this or that. This is a catastrophic wrongdoing against the victims that were taken to Nassar during that time.
Yes, I'm so glad that you point that out, because that was the most chilling part to me. I'm going to read this excerpt of this Inspector General's report. According to civil court documents, approximately 70 or more young athletes were allegedly sexually abused by Nassar under the guise of medical treatment between July 2015, when USA Gymnastics first reported allegations about Nassar to the Indianapolis field office, and September of 2016. In other words, it didn't have to happen after the 2015 report.
70, and our numbers bring us closer to 120, and the youngest of them being 8 years old. And those girls, I hope they have supportive families. I hope they have the means to get through this so it doesn't affect their lives so horribly. But they could have stopped that. Not could have stopped it. It shouldn't have happened.
What do you want to happen now that you know this?
Well, I was encouraged by Senator Blumenthal-Moran's statement today, because they are appalled, and it is clear that they are furious. I mean, this is yet another report that outlines crime after crime after crime, lie after lie after lie after lie, and then at the very end of it, like everything else we've dealt with this whole time, there's just a little bit of a shrug off on page 104. It starts with their recommendations, and they basically say, you know, we'll make the changes we need to do better in the future.
Basically, they're saying they're going to
do better in the future.
The FBI field office will be better trained. But what specifically do you want?
I would like to see the DOJ, I would like to see Congress step up, I would like to see the president appoint a special prosecutor, and I would like to see indictments, and I would like to see people being held accountable.
These FBI agents.
FBI agents, again, it's very easy to angle this towards one or two people. And right now, Nassar is the only person in prison. The number of people that should be in some sort of legal criminal proceedings right now is negligent, and it's the same here. You know, it all sounds like it's one or two people doing this. This is bureau agencies. This is like different field offices. It's really sad, and I know with Congress's help and with a special prosecutor and with like just straightforward facts, these people will end up in prison.
We'll be following it. Jessica Howard, we're thinking of you. Thanks so much for your bravery and coming in and talking to us again today.
You know, I'm going to keep going. We're not done.
Good for you. We applaud you.
Thank you.